there are no perfect people, just raw materials. Listen and listen well. When God created the world, he created the world in a raw material dimension. God created the tree, he did not create the chair. The chair was inside the tree. God created the sheep and the animal. He did not create the clothes, but the clothes were on the back of the sheep as wool. So God created the earth and the sand was there, but God did not create glass, but the glass was in the sand, because when the sand is heated, it becomes glass. So you find out that one of the things you need to understand about God is that God does not give you finished product, he gives you raw materials. And many people miss it when it comes to the aspect of relationship, because they focus on the container instead of the content. So you tell yourself, oh, I want to marry a woman that can cook. I want to marry a woman that drives. I want to marry a woman that is this, a woman that is that. But you now meet the person that God brings into your life. She can't cook, she can't drive. Question, how long does it take to drive? How long does it take to learn cooking? So when you see her, yes, you are looking for a woman that can drive a car. But when she came, she can't drive, but she can drive if she's trained. Because you didn't come driving, you learned driving. But because we don't understand that, when people come in their raw form, because we don't have the big picture thinking, we don't have the sensitivity of the spirit, we are not seeing that this person, I want an educated woman, and then you meet her, she has just finished school cert, and her father died, and 4 years later, all she has is school cert. Not because she doesn't want to go to school, not because she's not intelligent, but life happened. And then by the time you are meeting her, you are like, only school cert. But when you met her, there was something you saw that drew you to her. And now you are discovering she doesn't have school cert, and in your head you are like, okay, on my list, she's supposed to be educated. Now, that was your list, not God's list. Because if she's not having the BSc you expect, it only takes 4 years to have it. Hello? That doesn't mean that because of a journey of 4 years, you will stop a journey of 47 years. Hello? When you met that man, in your mind you have settled, oh, when I'm going to marry, I need a man that is settled. A man that has a house, a man that has a car, a man that has a job. But when you met him, he was a copper. And he's telling you, I love you, my future is where. I say, which future? Our future will go job. And then you lose your future because you cannot see the future. And the man that is a youth copper today, that you say you don't want to marry because he came in the raw material form, you now left him and went after the one that has a car and has a house, and you ended up with a scar. Because you can have a car today and lose the car tomorrow. You can have a house today, and where have you been? Where have you been? You traveled. Because I'm not seeing you for a while. Welcome. Praise God. Listen and listen well. You can have a house today and have kidney problem tomorrow and sell the house to look for kidney donor and become a tenant. Hello? Everything created by man has an expiry date. No condition is permanent except the one that God keeps. So when we are talking of new rules of love, God does not give you perfect people. Don't let anybody fool you. There is no perfect man anywhere. There's no perfect woman anywhere. Someone was asking me 2 days ago, do you think, because he's a widower, and he's now telling me, so if I want to remarry, what's your advice? Do you think I should look for a young girl that has never married before, or I should look for another widow that has children, or a divorcee? I say, look, my brother, whether he's single, married, widow, whatever, any woman you marry, you will still go through your own process. So don't ever think that one is better than the other. Anybody you marry, you will go through the process of knowing each other. So don't, it's not about, forget all those nomenclature. Just be led of the Lord. Hello, just be what? Be led of the Lord. So listen and listen well. There are no perfect people. I'm looking for Mr. Perfect. I'm looking for Miss Perfect. It doesn't exist. We are only perfect for each other. So all you are looking for is someone that is perfect for you, not that they are perfect, but they are perfect for you in the sense that you'll be able to undo their weaknesses and undo their excesses. Hello? Because whosoever comes into your life, you are not marrying the person alone. You are marrying their past, their present, and their future. Their past, you know, the one they told you. Their present, you know, the one they revealed. Their future, even they may not know. So if you reject raw materials, there will be problem. Now you are looking good, you are wearing up and down, you are wearing suit and tie, but that dress, the clothes, what you are wearing now, came as a raw material. It has to go through a process. Somebody has to design it, somebody has to sew it, and now you are wearing it, you are looking good, and everybody likes it, but there is a process. There is what? A process. So sit down and think about it. Every relationship you are in, everyone that God brings into your life, He brings them into your life as what? Raw materials. Don't forsake that raw material. Don't reject that raw material because you are looking for perfect. I want a perfect ready-made man, ready-made woman. Ready-made man can be ready-made trouble. Ready-made woman can be ready-made trouble. Just be sure that you are the center of the will of God. Is there somebody called Jolly? Jolly is supposed to be like Jolly, good fellow, Jolly. Is there somebody? I'm hearing Jolly, something Jolly. Who is the person? Eh? It's not in church. Is it male or female? Because the person I know, there was one lucky Jolly one time. There's one, okay. So Jolly, okay. I just said Jolly. I don't know what. Okay. Let's look at the next one so that we can see how far we can go because the curriculum is long. People's values have changed. People's values have changed. Please, I beg you, don't think that just because you are a Christian and you are in church, everybody is a Christian or everybody that is in church has values. People's values have changed. People don't value God the way you value God. People don't value church the way you value church. People don't value Bible the way you value Bible. People don't value marriage the way you value marriage. You are the one that is saying, I want to get married, I want to have a home. Some people, they don't want that. So when somebody that doesn't value marriage meets with somebody that values marriage, there will be trouble. Because you think that every woman wants a husband and children. No, not every woman wants husband and children. There are women that don't want to get married. Hello? They don't want to get married. We just completed our Conclave summit, and in meeting with people, one of the women that came was saying, please just pray for me, my daughters, they don't want to marry. They don't want to marry. That we have spoken, we have said this, they say, marriage, mommy, marriage is a scam. There are all these men are fake, there are no good men out there. I say, when next they ask you and they say that, ask them, are you a good woman? And if they say they are good, ask them, so you mean that God will create you to be good and not create something good for you? I say, help them see the limitation of their thinking. There are people that don't want to marry, they don't value marriage, but they want to have children. So they go and do IVF for themselves and get a donor to have a child. They don't want any man. So don't think that people value what you value. People's values have changed. You can see nakedness, you can see shamelessness, you can see visionlessness. Some people don't even value education. Education has scam, who book help. No, all kinds of people, people's values have changed. One of the people that came in from, it was a successful meeting. People from 4 continents, from 6 states, from all over the world, people came. One of the guys that came in from Abuja, billionaire, doing amazingly well. When it was his time, we could do one-on-one, he says, all my own problem, money, God is doing well, I'm doing blessed, my business is moving fine, my faith. He said, the only problem I have is marriage. He said, that is the only problem I have. What is the problem? By the time the guy started talking, you know how You can't advise somebody against Bible, but in your mind you're like, hey. He said, since I met this woman, I don't know how I entered this problem. I said, you know how? It's by disobeying God and not hearing God. But if I tell you, let me just give you two out of the plenty story of one woman has done to a man in 3 years. He said, by the time we finally got married, I discovered that she didn't have a lot of qualifications that I thought she should have. Because, she looks good, looks perfect, but education, and then when she begins to talk, I'm like, So I told her, babe, you need to go to school. Anywhere in the world, Canada, America, I will pay. Whether it's physical, you want to go to school, so that within the next 4 years, you have BSc. He said, don't tell me that. I'm not going to any Canada. I'm not going to any America. Are you not rich? What are you not to go to school so that you get a job and get money? You have all the money. What school? We are married. Just let me enjoy my life. It don't shock you. No, wait. If that one don't shock you, wait for the second one. Make I just give you 2 out of like 6. I fell for the guy, but he's the one that uses his hand to do himself. Hello? Are you ready? He says, sir, after persuasion, calling the families, okay, what do you want to do? You cannot just be a full-time housewife. That I'm thinking of you becoming, so that this business, you can join me, so that you can all run the business. There are other things I want to do. He says, I have 2 malls, I have hotels, only me. I'm a young boy, I'm not even up to 40, but God is just helping me. I need somebody to help me. Now this woman doesn't want to go to school. I said, okay, what do you want to do? They say, okay, I love fashion. I want to do boutique. People's values have changed. He says, sir, so I took a whole part of one of my malls, gave it to her, spent 30-something million to renovate and put it to order so that it will be state of the art for my wife. See, I now gave her 10 million naira to say, go to Lagos, go and shop for everything that you want to start with. See, my wife got to Lagos. It was supposed to be a 2 days journey. The second day, just to let you know, it may take a while before I come back home. What's happening? Don't worry, you will know when I return. He said, that's how she disappeared for 2 weeks. So by the time she arrived in Abuja, she arrived with a bigger breast. True life story. He was with me yesterday. So my wife arrived with a bigger breast, no load. She spent 7.5 million to go and do enhancements. Hello? True, this one shock you a bit, True life story. Yesterday here. Hello? As in, so the shop is still empty now. He says, sir, at that point, I lost it. He said, because number one, I don't have a problem with the breast she has. This one now is just disgusting to me. That I said, so he says, so I have a problem. I said, what's this thing? He said, no, we have separated. She's somewhere, but I'm a Christian, I'm a minister in my church. And people say, so since you are also a pastor, what can I do? My pastor don't touch, she doesn't listen to anybody. I say, hey. People's values have changed. We had a couple in this church that were believing God for children. And when we say come out, they will come out, we'll pray. Not knowing that the woman was using contraceptive. And the man was thinking that the wife wants to have a child. And the woman was inside this church, this one at Calvary, or not this one, yeah. And you are thinking she wants to have a child using contraceptive. The day the man stumbled on something, he didn't even know what the thing was. Is my wife sick? So he brought the thing out from where he saw it, kept it out so that he can remind himself to ask her, I didn't know you are sick. Which drug is this one? We are Christian. We are not always sick in this house. Hello? People's values have changed. So one of the major reasons why we have problem in marriage is ineffective courtship. Ineffective courtship. That's one of the major reasons. When people are courting, they don't court effectively. They don't ask the right questions. People's values have changed. People are now talking in the textbook. You want your children to go abroad, you want to jackpot, no problem. The textbook they are using to teach your children in London, in America, in Canada is that man can marry man, woman can marry woman, and then you will teach them one thing in church, teach them one thing at home, they will teach them another thing in school, and they'll say auntie said, and they will come home and be arguing with you that there is no God. Now they are saying our Father who art in heaven is not okay anymore. No, you didn't know. Church of England, they already is there. Are you people not correct? He's no more our Father. He's our Creator who art in heaven. Because of woman liberation. How can you say our Father? What of the women? Are you saying God is a man? Is God what of women? So women liberation, they don't carry this feminism thing, enter hellfire. They gay, when you say gay, people's values have changed. So don't be fooling yourself because you are in church. You saw each other in church. Forget it, oh. They're full church. Didn't you hear the drama? Church is hospital. Everybody is a patient. Some are responding to treatment. Some are not responding. But they will respond. A protocol that has a protocol. And it's a fornicator. Abba, here to lay. Hello? Protocol that has protocol. And it's a fornicator. And it's doing like this. Instead of it to bend the head like this. Are you getting something? These are the new rules of love. So that you will not be, when I say I just feel, the way I make me feel. Don't feel nothing, Don't go and attach your heart to trouble. Let me give you one or two more, and then we'll. Don't build your life on exception, but on principles. Let me tell you something. No matter how ridiculous something is, there will be somebody somewhere that did that ridiculous thing and seemed to have gotten away with it. There are people that met online. They met online. Within 3 weeks, they got married. And they have been married for 20 years. And it seemed that everything is fine. Does it mean you will meet somebody online and marry in 3 weeks? That's an exception. So one of the new rules is that build your life on what? Principles, not on exception. There are exceptional things that happen. Somebody can be 70-year-old, marry a 25-year-old girl, and they will be together for 20 years. The man will die, and everything will move on fine. It doesn't mean you carry yourself and go and marry grandpa. So there are exceptional situations that happen in our world. Exceptions. God is a sovereign God. He gives room for all those exceptions. But life is supposed to be lived by principles. So you plan your life based on the principles of life, but you open up yourself for exceptions. You are a woman because somebody married a younger man and it seemed to be working for them because you are not really there. You don't know all the other things that is involved. You too now want to marry your younger brother. And hello? So I'm going to marry him, but this other one, marry this one. Don't use people's life to compare yourself. Hello? Don't use people's life to do what? To compare yourself. Because many times you don't know the real story. You don't know the real story. So what are those exceptional things that you have put yourself into? And you don't understand. I know somebody that did it and it works. Did it really work? Do you really have the full story? Or the version that they made you to see? Or the version you interpreted? Or the version that your assumption made you to believe is the truth? Hello? I was in a meeting about a few weeks ago, and someone has used me as a case study and an example for them to be able to do something. And they were discussing, and they were trying to get me involved. And I said, give me his number. Let me talk to him to help him. that you have no idea. Me that you're trying to use as a example, you have no idea some of the things that you don't know. That me, I'm exceptional. I'm exceptional. What I've gone through, what I'm going through, what I've had to handle in life. Some people have not handled one quarter, they don't die. And so you will never see my struggles in my face or in my action. You won't see it. Because I have some level of understanding that makes me to continue to be bleeding yet blessing. To now think that, I said, you will just fool yourself. So I said, no, give me his number. So I gave them just like 5. In fact, one of them was almost crying. I gave them like 5. Just, I said, do you know this? Do you know I got through it? Do you know I'm going through it? Do you know that? By the time I finish, they say, let's rise up and pray for the man of God. No, they gathered around me to pray for me. What? What? No copa lekete. When I got to my home, I said, they are praying for me that way. I expecting a miracle. That in fact, a mini prayer point. I'm men of God. One gather, don't pray for me. Because you don't compare yourself with people. You don't know people's struggle. Hello? There are exceptions. There are people that will be pregnant. You know, Pastor Abraham was preaching last week how that the wife didn't go for antenatal for 6 months. Abi? And he said, don't try it. Oh. Because many of you now, you don't have the faith or the knowledge or the word encounter of your senior pastor. You now say, did you hear? 6 months without antenatal. Here you are. You'll be spitting everywhere. You'll be disturbing everybody. Now only you get belly. You'll now be insulting your wife when you don't have the word encounter. You better start antenatal from day one. Hello, somebody. Let me give you one more because of time. Love is no more blind. That's not a revelation now. I mean, if you don't know that by now, you are one man most miserable. Because if love is blind, marriage will open your eyes. Shine your eyes. You know, in those days, before people would get married, they will go and investigate families. Go and check, is there epilepsy in that family? Is there leprosy in that family? Is there insanity in that family? Do they die young? Are they barren in that family? And then they look at all those things to decide which compound, which family, which yard you are going to marry from. But today, boy meets girl, girl meets boy. Boy love girl, girl love boy. Boy proposes to girl, girl says yes. Boy and girl met in church and they begin to marry. And then you don't know that some of the people you are meeting in church today, you say, oh, what's your name? My name is Princess. Princess of what? Princess of what? Of which altar? Which throne? Hello? And all you are seeing is a beautiful woman. And you don't realize that my name is, you don't know that there is a throne somewhere. Some people that you see in church that are committed, they are in department, their mother is an Olokun. Their father is an Abalis. Their name is in a pot in the village. Every morning, they are calling their name on an altar. That's the person you are meeting in Lagos. Oh. Their father will enter river and come out without being wet. And that's the person you met in Lagos. And investigation, you know do. Spiritual scanning, you know do. Fasting and prayer, you know do. Counseling, you know do. It's when you now finish marrying, you now realize that instead of the womb being on the left, the womb is on the right. You now realize that, oh, sorry, I didn't tell you. Oh, that's my father that did the wedding. It's actually not my father. It's my uncle. My real father left my mother and denied the pregnancy, and is the hello, love is no more blind. Trust but verify. Trust but what? Verify. Investigate before you invest your life. The guy said he worked in oil company. Where? Which oil company? Which branch? Which office? And show up. Because if you say he works in oil company, it might be Total Fuel Station. It's also oil company. Now oil company. Trust but verify. It's not a crime. It's not a crime. There's something I want to say. I can't say it because it's still a working motion. Let me not say that. Verify. Have we not seen a lot of pregnancies now that they now go and do DNA and they say out of the 4, only one is your own? Whereas, just because a woman says she's pregnant for you, you now want to marry her. That someone is pregnant for you does not mean you must marry them. You fornicated. Your fornication led to pregnancy. Face your sin. Face your crime. That I'm sorry, what we did, I didn't love you, is lost. We fornicated. The baby is here. The baby is my own. I will take responsibility. I will carry my cross. But you, I will not marry. Hello? No. Because that's how you will marry. Only to now discover 12 years later that the baby was never your own. She came with 3 weeks pregnancy that she herself didn't know. And then you top it up. And you carry the load for destiny. Hello? These are realities. That's why you are here, oh, master class. Love is no more blind. Hello? Shine your eyes. Shine your brain. Shine and where? So when your husband says, I'm traveling, don't doubt him. Hello? But be sure he's traveling. Hello? One of my mentees, when I just came back, there's plenty story. One of my mentees owns one of the biggest schools in the Ikorodu. He's a pastor. And one of the ministers in his church is the one handling the school. And he was telling us in one of the meetings we had that the guy died. And when they called the wife that the guy has died in an accident, the wife said it's not possible. Because my husband said he's going to church for ministers' night vigil. And he died in Oshogbo, all those kind of area. Now they say there's no way he's in church. Whereas na side chick, now the guy go minister in church. So when you see the drama and everybody's prayer points, you know the good thing about the drama, at least they know they are in trouble and they are handing over the God, help me, I'm smoking, I'm drinking. It's a good thing, that at least they know and they are looking for help. So love is no more blind. Trust but verify. If she tells you she's 28 years old, verify. You see, before you marry, verification is wisdom. After you marry, trying to verify will be suspect. They'll say, see that you don't trust me, for you to even doubt me. So I never marry you. Let me verify. Ikeja registry, a marriage that was supposed to be starting, ended that day. Because the girl was 48 and the guy thought she was 38. But he said, no. So when they were trying to write this, they said, okay, how old do you know? He said, what are you writing? He said, 48. He said, no, he told me 38. He said, no, I said, 38. 48. He said, 38. True life story, this was 38, 48, 48, 38. They begin to talk phone there. Over phone there, but here. Said, no, I'm sorry, I can't take it. You're 48. You ain't gonna be able to have a child. You cross menopause, man. You're for 48. Also Igbo. So when you are cutting, anything anybody's saying, if you didn't hear well, say, sorry, please, can you, excuse me, pardon. Pardon, excuse me. Sorry, please, can you just repeat yourself? So that you'll be sure. Not that when you are not saying, but I told you I don't want a child. I say, when we're in, when the girl was telling you, sometimes when people want to deceive you, they will say this thing very softly in this time when your brain is thinking something else. It is well.